guys. All right, we're talking about wheels and tires, specifically for sand. I made a big switch and a commitment to a higher end setup than what I was running previously. The previous wheels and tires were good. They were GMZ Casino beadlocks, a 15-inch, and a GMZ Sand Stripper XL paddle for the back and smoothies for the front. And they were a good quality set of tires and wheels. I enjoyed them. The problem was why I ended up switching is, and it's my own fault, is I bought too aggressive. The GMZs were 16 paddle in the rear. And honestly, now having had this for 3 seasons, you should be into like mid 200s to be running that aggressive of a paddle tire. I mean, 230, 250 horsepower. For something under 200, and I think this maybe at the crank is around 190 with the stuff I've done, just way too aggressive. I broke 4 axles, I didn't blow a lot of belts, but I definitely wasn't moving as fast as I could. So believe it or not, going with a lot less paddles, or the right amount of paddles depending on your horsepower, you will actually be faster. So hill climbs and racing my buddy with the X3 and all that stuff, I mean, I was just getting spanked because I could not create spin on the back paddle tire. It's just gripping too much all the time, and the less it can spin, you got to have the right amount of spin and traction in the sand to go fast. Too much traction, you'll be quick out of the hole, but your top end's going to suck. Your mid and top end's going to suck, and not enough, and you're not going to be really good out of the hole. So anyways, I ended up switching based on that and wanting better performance to a new tire that I really I found online through Instagram and just fell in love with the way it looked, because I've always loved scat tracks. Now these are not scat tracks, but they look very, very similar. This is kind of a version of that idea from Sandcraft Motorsports. So you guys are probably familiar with Sandcraft. They put out really good products, a lot of other things for the drivetrain. Well, they have some nice high-end wheels and tires. So these are 15-inch aluminum non-beadlock wheels with a wide offset in the back. I think it's a 5x5 and a 6+2 in the front, I think. Look online to be certain, but it sits nice and wide. Again, they're 15 inches front back. They call their Nomad aluminum non-beadlocking wheel. And I have their 32-inch destroyers, paddle tires. They call them their destroyers. I went with a 10 paddle in the back. They have up to a 12. I think they have a 9 through 12. I went with 10 based on talking to the guy at Vivid Racing, Ryan, who helped me out before I ordered. He recommended the 10. Probably 11 and 12 paddle if you're starting to go over 200 horsepower. And I did the 32-inch. The front tires have their Mohawk design. So why I was attracted to these instead of just going with scats was I like that they have the sidewall still. So when they buff the tire, it does weaken the tire. It makes it really light, but as the car sits in your garage maybe for a whole off season, if you don't switch them out, over a long period of time, it can start to break that down. You might get leaks, that kind of thing. Also, high horsepower and turning and rotation. A thicker sidewall is going to help strengthen that area where it's the most vulnerable. So I like that about their design. They also have the Mohawk up front, so it's not a full bead-to-bead buff. Again, they have the sidewall left. The Mohawk in the middle is a nice thicker patch that's not buffed. It stands a little bit taller, so it's going to help you in turning, traction. And it also is the most vulnerable spot on the front tire when you're going through maybe hard pack and rocky areas between sand. That's your most pressure, right, from a rock or something, so that's going to help you not get a puncture, that kind of thing. So I thought they just looked badass with the design, the way they actually have them buffed. I liked the strength idea with the sidewalls. They have up to a 33-inch. I think the 32 looks perfect for what I have going on. And just super happy with them. So you should know the GMZs, the rear is weighed in at 53.5 pounds per wheel and tire. 53.5 pounds. Paddle tires for GMZ.
53.4.
53. These weighed in at 37 pounds. Against the Sandcraft. You got it?
37.4.
37.4. That's insane. Almost 17 pounds lighter per wheel and tire in the back. So 34 pounds. And 14 pounds or 7 pounds each wheel and tire in the front. You got it?
41.6.
41.6 pounds for the front tire. Holy
wow,
cow.
What is that, 6?
Almost 7 pounds.
6.5, yeah.
Almost 7. That's immediate horsepower gain. 17 pounds off each one of the rears. Rotation and horsepower making it to the sand, that is like instant horsepower. So that's incredible. They are so light. The other thing is so after running with the 10 paddle coming away from a 16 paddle, you can feel it just has that right amount of spin versus grip. It hooks up better, takes off better, gets up to speed better because it's just that right mixture. We went to China Wall, Olds, and all that stuff this weekend. Hill climbs were significantly improved because now the horsepower is getting through the tires and it's spinning the whole way up to the top of the hill. It's not getting too much traction and bogging down. So absolutely worthwhile investment. Yes, these are expensive, but I feel I got every penny's worth with this. So one, they look badass, but the performance was awesome. So very happy with it. Guys, go check them out. Link will be in the description. Again, I got these through Vivid Racing, Sandcraft Motorsports, Wheels and Tires. You can email Ryan at Vivid Racing UTV, and he'll hook you up with what size you need, how many paddles you need, and that kind of thing. But love them. They're awesome, guys. Thank you again for liking and subscribing the videos. Leave any comments or questions down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.